Shawn basically got 4 listing appointments on his first day out. How did that feel?
Unreal. I went into it thinking like, yeah, I'm just going to go. I can't wait to tell Hans. Told you I did it.
Yeah. Listen, everyone has the same fears. Everyone has the same doubts. Everyone has the same hesitations across the board. And for me, it's not complicated to overcome that for you. So especially in real estate. The other thing that we're doing now is showing how Shawn is going to accelerate his business and the techniques I've used to help agents. As you're hearing here, some of the techniques we're using to help him accelerate. So on his first day out, door knocking, when he finally decided to do so, Shawn basically got 4 listing appointments on his first day out. How did that feel?
Unreal. I went into it thinking like, yeah, I'm just going to go. I can't wait to tell Hans. Told you I did it.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Well, I saw it posted on, I told you, and I posted onto the chat room and it just went, wow, amazing, incredible. And then of those first listing appointments, you signed up one of them? One actual listing, which is going on the market? This Thursday. This Thursday, folks. Unbelievable.
Insane.
Good job. So listen, things can happen a lot faster than you think. It's all about, taking the time, getting the learning, getting the knowledge, gaining that confidence, being surrounded by people who are going to boost you, being surrounded by people who are pulling it off and doing it so you can see it for your own eyes when you have doubt. That really quickly fast tracks your way to removing that doubt. And then what that does is then all of a sudden you go out and do it and you be surprised. Now, doing it my way where you just go out there and say, hey, I am, the fucking bobblehead of the bobbleheads and I'm going to do 100 deals in my first year. And you go out there and, you get smashed and you go home and you drink a couple bottles of wine while you sit in your closet crying, recovering for the next 2 weeks. Right? That is not the way you should do it. You should be surrounded by people who are going to support you, show you the path, show you that it's someone, first of all, like myself, who's a mentor, is going to show you the path. And not just having that mentor to rely on, you need to see other people doing it. So you know who is on that same path, who's following the same path that he's following, she's following it, and they're having success with it. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I can do this. Or other people are doing this. They just got their license.
Why can't I?
They were standing at a cashier shop in IKEA, right? And, let me give this a shot. I'm a pretty decent person who has some decent skills. Let me see how this goes. And all of a sudden you go and give it a shot and boom, 4 listing appointments.
Crazy.
Me, I didn't list my first house for 1.5 years.
Wow.
Me, I door knocked like an animal for almost a year before I got my first listing. I got 10 listing appointments. I didn't know how to do a presentation. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no stats. And then when I finally did my first listing appointment, I pretty much did it for free. I had no choice. And
but just to get the business.
Luckily I did. And then they were just selling because they bought with the buyer. So I was getting nothing out of it.
Oh, God.
Bought a listing. What happened was, after the universe put me through enough pain, all right, to test me to see if I did. And remember this, the universe is going to test you. This is a lesson. So let's ding, Hans lesson. So here we go. So the universe is going to test you to see, like the boxing match. Thank you. If you haven't seen his boxing match, how the universe tested Shawn, go back to that episode. The universe will test you to see if you're serious. And in this case, in some cases, it'll just be putting you through hell. Or what will feel like in hell in your own head, because it's basically the thought process that you have that I should have results in a week and I should be listing houses on a weekly basis because my head is so bobbled that I can pull this shit off. And we come into any business with this kind of motivation, this kind of energy, this kind of confidence. I suggest reducing your expectations on an early basis and go in with no expectations. And I think you'll have faster success. And this is the kind of stuff that I teach now based on the fact that what have I went through, and I don't want anybody who's connected to me or learning from me to go through the same thing.
Right.
And so,
I mean, you didn't have a Hans.
I didn't have a Hans.
You did not have a Hans.
No, I just went out there and just winged it. Everything.
Jesus Christ.
Just winged it, and just got rejection after rejection after rejection until my heart sunk down. I felt like pain constantly. I just lived in a status of pain and I just accepted it. But I kept making, after I got beat up enough, I would get back up. I would make a little bit change.
You wouldn't say F this? Like this isn't for me?
I'm sure sometimes in my mind, my big thing is looking in the mirror and just saying, you're doing something wrong. I mean, you're not a dumb guy. You're willing to put in the hours. others. You have success on past histories, and that's something you can always go to, things that you've actually had success with in the past. And
Right.
You're a pretty smart guy, and most people have told you you're a really smart guy. I mean, I'm not an ugly dude.
Got a good heart.
Yeah, and I'm a good person.
Great person.
I believe that, and I watch, and I say to myself, so I go in the mirror at some point, and I'll just look at myself. I'll go, Hans, doing something wrong. When you can look at that, when that clicks into you, and when you can look at yourself in the mirror, eye to eye, and I mean both eyes, eye to eye, and look at yourself in the mirror, you become aware that you're doing something wrong. It's like you telling you face to face, you're doing something wrong. Yeah. You're not taking the right actions to get to what results that you want. You're just going out and saying, hey, I'm going to do 100 deals in a year, but you're not taking the right actions. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the experience. You don't have the abilities. You don't have the skills yet, and you're not taking the actions to acquire those skills. And if you are going out there and just knocking on the door and you don't have the right information, the right knowledge, what to say, how to say it, you don't have the right scripts, you don't have the right stats, you don't have the right statistics out there, you don't have the right, what else? The right confidence, the right tonality, the right body language. You don't have any of this, and you just go out there, you're just going to get slammed on.
Yeah.
And then you get frustrated, and so your reactions to get frustrated. But if you keep door knocking when you're frustrated, oh my God, if you go out and cold call door knock or you do sales at all, and someone tells you to F off, you might think, oh, it's them. And then you go to the next one, and the other one says, yeah, bye. And they slam the door in your face.
Yeah.
And the next one opens and they just look at your face and they close the door right away. Now, a lot of people out there, not you guys, but a lot of people out there in the world are obviously going to say, oh, this is a horrible neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And what is that thought process of that person?
They're giving up.
But what are they actually thinking?
I'm not good enough.
No.
Or this isn't for me.
No.
Their thought process after 3 doors.
3, 4, 5, maybe even they went all out and did 20.
Jesus Christ.
And got yelled at over and
no. You just keep hearing no.
It doesn't click. Not no. Like slam the door.
Oh.
Like aggressive no. More aggressive no.
Aggressive no. Wow.
Yeah.
Or you feel defeated. Feel drained. Yeah. What is that thought process? You tell me.
Yeah. You see, it doesn't trigger.
Oh.
And so that even though I just try to make him aware of looking himself in the mirror, so the whole concept of that is, most people will go out there and blame the neighborhood, right?
Right.
Blame the fact that, it was the wrong background. This was an Oriental or
ethnic
background. Or I didn't speak the language or
it was them,
or
not
whatnot. Yes, there. See, ding. He became aware. And so now he's becoming aware that when things are not happening the way you want them to happen, guess what happens? You can either do two things. You can either blame the street, blame the other people, say it's them. Oh my God, so many nasty people out there.
Or change your thought process.
But most likely it was you.
Right.
Most likely it was your tonality.
Right.
If I knock on the door and go, hey, do you want to sell your house or what?
Oh God.
Oh my God. Now you're not going to say it like that, and you're definitely not thinking you're saying it like that.
Well, after the 7th aggressive no, you might say it like that.
And for some people after the first.
Oh wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And they're going to say, yeah, okay, like, hey, do you want to sell your house? Or, hey, come on, fuck.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Okay. So, and you ask the wrong way, Ross tonality, you're going to get hit back hard. And still that person doesn't click in their head that it's them.
Wow.
And then this, if this goes on, and I see that in our training, and they don't understand that it's them, well, I pull out, the Hanzo baseball bat. And I make them a little more. No. I don't do the bazooka. I don't blow them up in one shot.
I'm sure it's still in the closet.
I try now just to verbally make them aware, and it's not obviously it's not an actual baseball bat, but it's a
no, of course.
It starts to get a little bit more aggressive every stage that they're in denial, because you got to break that old personality,
right?
And that old you got to smash that old you to become the new you.
Exactly.
Right. So these are kind of the things that you got to sort of think about when you're out there, and whether you're having success or not. And these are the kind of things that if you're in front of the right person and you're talking to the right person, you're being mentored by the right person, that person will be able to make you aware of your issues, of the things that you're doing wrong, your tonalities, the choice of words, your body language, right?
Yeah.
I know one guy in a presentation, and if he had this habit of pointing at things with his middle finger on the paper, and he's going, yeah, look at this and look at that and look at this. Now, if I'm the other person you're presenting to, what does it look like to me?
Not good.
Well, not good. Why not good?
Well, it looks like you're insulting me.
Well, how am I insulting you?
What the hell? But he wasn't aware of this?
He's not aware of it.
So no one told him prior to
He's not aware. It's like the other guys who push up their glasses like this.
Oh, yeah.
I love this.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, my God.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was a server. Imagine all the people that did that before they read the menu.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Yeah.
What the fuck? What do you think this means? You think this means you're pushing up your glasses?
Yeah.
Dumbasses. All you dumbasses out there who do that shit.
We're going to cut that.
Don't cut that shit.
Come on.
Bunch of dumbasses. Anybody who does this to push up their glass with their middle finger, you need to become aware of what the hell you're doing. It's ridiculous. Even me doing out this to the camera is bad. Yeah. You know, but I'm just trying to help some people be aware. And I'll tell you, because I don't care. To me, I know when I'm explaining this to someone or showing someone that they can't, I would tell them right after, hey, what are you doing? Right. You can't point in a presentation with your middle finger. That's not appropriate.
Yeah, no.
Your conversion is going to drop down to like 0 just from that, no matter how good your presentation is. Are you aware that you're doing this? And he goes, no, I'm not aware. Well, now you are. And don't do it again. It's a problem. And I'll tell you, I mean, I remember even from when I was young, I got my programming's license, and now we're sitting in they had a really nice section after I did my computer programming.
Nice.
And there was a guy, and I don't know, maybe I have super smell or whatever, but there was really super nice, super friendly. We got along pretty well. And I sort of met him because he was looking for a job after the course, and they had this nice area where you could go and search for jobs, and they help you to find jobs and how to do resumes and everything else because they want their, right? So it's connected to the school. It's part of the school's process.
That you pay for,
Yeah, so it was really cool. And he goes to me, yeah, Hans, I go, how's it going? I go, yeah, it's going well. I go, yeah, great, fantastic. Yeah. And so you got interviews? Because you're going to ask if you got interviews. It's sort of like when an agent goes, oh, you got listing appointments?
Big time. It's a number one thing.
Yeah, number one. And then they ask you, how did you get that?
How did you get that?
What did you
do? What was it? Was it door knocking?
I suggest don't even answer.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually a question that's supposed to be banned, but the new agents, I keep forgetting to tell them that question's not appropriate.
Really?
Don't be asking it. It's none of your business. Go deal with yourself.
Well, I can't say that.
I can't.
I've been getting asked that.
Yeah, I can. So that's the difference. So,
got you.
It really will basically put a light when someone's asking you that question of your personality. And basically, it's an envious personality that you have to become aware of that is most likely not in your best interest, right? So just be aware. So when someone asks you that question, usually means they're envious.
Interesting.
And the saying is, who can fight envy?
Nobody.
Nobody. No, you just run.
Exactly. Yeah. So what happened? So everyone's asking, hey, did you have any interviews? Or you asked him?
Yeah, so I'm asking this really nice guy, do you have any interviews? He goes, yeah, I've gone like 10.
Oh.
And he goes, yeah. And I goes, I don't know. I have a phenomenal resume. Yeah. He was a AAA student, a super great personality. And then he said something that sort of triggered. He started having that. Maybe it's because of my background, because he had an Indian background, right? Oh. So I go, maybe it's because of his background. And I go to him, yeah, well, are you aware? And this is not me when I was training or I'm not in a manager. I'm a student. I just got out of school. And I just go to him, are you aware of the curry smell that sort of have? And he goes, no, what do you mean? And then I triggered him and I go, I can literally smell you from when you get off the elevator, which is outside the door and around the room. And I could. Yeah, I could smell him coming.
Right.
I could smell him coming.
Yeah. Wow. And so you made him aware.
I made him aware.
Wow.
And he couldn't smell it because his house must be like that, his cooking like that, and everyone doesn't, no one says anything because, you can't smell your own odor, I guess, right?
Exactly.
And he became aware, and I believe next week he went out and got a job.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was on top of it.
Yeah, because I'm guessing his clothing, it's not just his clothing, the food he eats, everything.
Yeah.
So you got to quickly change that up, change the food you're eating so it doesn't have this smell. Put on cologne, make sure your clothes are not inside the house or in a safe space in the house. And that was that. And then I never saw him again.
Wow.
But, to me, he ended up getting up right away. He felt embarrassed and left right away. Yeah. And then I asked the counselor or whatever, the person helping us get jobs.
Yeah.
Asked him, and he goes, yeah, the guy got a job last week. I go, oh, fuck, great, congrats.
Wow.
Yeah.
That quickly. But someone had to make him aware.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise he could have gone on for months and months and months.
Right.
He keeps going into interviews smelling like that. It's like, oh my God, you can't have that guy in the office.
Right.
The other people are going to start complaining. So even though if you like everything you like that might have been the issue, right? So
that happens on a weekly basis, I would say. From Friday to Friday, every single Friday, you become aware of something from someone when they go up. So Fridays we do script work where we just go out and role play of like what it's actually like to door knock or what it's actually like to knock on someone's door. Yeah. How do you play it out? And then everyone observes, and now you become aware of all these things that you never knew were actually happening.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
Yeah. And real scenarios. Like we like to bring up real scenarios of what people have gone through, both on Fridays and on Mondays. And then we go through the script trainings to improve the scripts. And for example, one of our team members here, super nice guy, really like this guy.
I love him.
Great work ethic. He's got a full-time job. He's doing this part-time, but right after work, the guy's going out and door knocking every day. And he goes, Hans, you know, I get through the 4 Ws, but I can't book an appointment. And what we happen is I go, okay, let me hear your 4 Ws. And he does the 4 Ws really well. He's learned tonality. I've heard him put on the show of where he changes his stuff. And then when they go off-roading to me means they're throwing questions that he's not prepared for.
Right.
It's not a scripted thing that you can prepare for. There's some random question.
Right. Which happens. It's real life. There will always be off-roading.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen all
right
the time.
now he's off-roading, and this is what happens to him. So he goes from this tonality to his normal everyday tonality, and he goes like, okay, let me think about it, and I will get back to you. Is that okay? And I saw it up at the training because he went up in front. And, you know, if you have the opportunity to go up and be the person who's on stage in front of a mentor who's going to correct things or correct little issues, do it. I would recommend doing it. And the reason why is it's amazing how every single time someone gets up there and I hammer on them. And hammering them sometimes just means pointing out their flaws in front of a group of people, which is not comfortable. Just getting up there in the first place is not comfortable. You're like, you know, you're sweating up a storm. You're going, you're 10 clicks. I'm going up on stage. A 10-click day.
That's what we're using now.
And it's a bit nerve-wracking, and I understand that, but it really brings out some of the personality traits, the real ones that need to be fixed. And that was his tonality. And go, are you ever going to?
Well, you don't just hammer, right? Like he goes through all the amazing things, how you were so great and this and that, and you go through all the amazing.
Yeah, but most people will only remember that.